Hey everybody, welcome to episode 35 of Universe 7, a Dragon Ball podcast. I'm Mason.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're going to be talking about a couple of episodes. One of them is episode 33 and the other one is 107.
Yeah, teamwork.
Yeah, man. I couldn't remember the numbers, but I don't care. We got through it.
I had some mashed potato mouth there, even more than usual, so I'd not pawn off. I had to put those responsibilities on you today.
I got it, man. I think I nailed it.
Rather than us just sitting here doing 10 takes until I get it for the first time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I did it good.
Good job. Proud of you, man.
Thanks, man.
What's going on?
We just spent all day watching football.
Yeah,
that was pretty
nice.
cool. My team sucked, and that's okay because fantasy football is all that really matters, and I'm winning in those.
But my team played your team, and in real life they destroyed you.
That's okay.
And in fantasy life, it's not looking so good for me. But you know what? I got a nice, delicious Coke Zero Sugar here.
The sponsor of today's episode is Coke Zero. It tastes like Coke, kind of.
Speaking of, though, we have a fan sponsor to read out today.
Oh, do we?
Yep, I've already read it, so I'm going to give it to you to read.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Well, not right now.
No, let's do it this second.
No, we got some housekeeping to get to.
Okay. Well, what did you do for the week?
The usual. Work, come home, baby, work. And some Rocket League, which I suck at now, apparently.
Yeah, I forgot that we had that.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that stuff anymore.
I play a lot of Counter-Strike.
I'm playing a lot of Tiger Woods. Or not Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, which is upsetting to say. But yeah, that, and I started a new graphic novel series called Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan, and it's very good.
Are they about girls that are made of paper?
Nope, it's just paper girls, like people, like girls that
deliver papers,
that have a newspaper route. Pretty interesting, huh? That's it. I mean, there's nothing special that happens, just they deliver papers.
You're cheating on Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many times I could watch the same thing. I think I'm allowed to have other interests outside of it.
Nope.
Let us know what you think. Am I allowed to have other interests outside of Dragon Ball? If not, then I'll consider stopping doing everything else that I enjoy.
Isn't that I spend all week sitting in this room waiting for you to come in. This is all I do.
That's weird.
So I was gonna say get on my level, but just
that sounds like not a level I'd like to be on. But
show some more commitment to the series.
I'm not a man of moral fiber.
All right,
and that's just a general statement.
But for real though, kind of a slow week. Glad it's over, even though I'll be at work in 12 hours.
I will be at work a little longer than that because I work nights now. You hear me slide into your little ear holes that way?
You just slid into my DMs via audio.
Gross.
It's weird. I didn't like it.
They liked it.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else that you would like to bring up? Anything exciting in the life of Mason?
I cleaned my house real good, and that was dope.
Yeah?
I put all the things where they were supposed to go.
We got our driveway resealed. That was nice.
Yeah, your driveway was sucky before, because I usually leave here with my shoes off because I don't want to retie them. And then I just walk all over those horrible gravel in your driveway, and that's gone.
Yeah, they came and cleaned it up, and it's all nice dark black instead of a, worn down gray.
Yeah, and just rocks everywhere. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, no more rocks everywhere. You can walk out barefoot now and not, take a knife to the foot.
Or an arrow to the knee, as they say.
As they do say. Yeah, some people do. One person does. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool. I don't have anything. So.
I got some cool Pokemon cards. That was dope. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, we do have a little bit of news for. I wasn't going to say for once. Now that I actually remembered it, so we have some news, and then we'll get into some feedback, and then jump into the dub recap. Sound good?
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I want to talk about football.
Okay.
You start.
Okay, so we have some info on the DLC pack number 5 for Xenoverse 2. It is officially going to be Buhan, which is Majin Buu Gohan absorbed,
Oh,
and Dabura, and we get Zamasu as a mentor.
you can't say that.
Yeah, we can.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
It's part of the game, whatever.
All right. If
You don't want to know who he is, don't look it up.
If
Or
you
don't play the game.
If you do want to know who he is, look it up.
Or
And
play
also
the game.
play the game.
All
It
right.
goes one of those ways.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a paid one, even if you have the season pass, which I do, which makes me mad.
Why do you have to pay for it?
Because they originally gave you, when you bought the season pass, I'm pretty sure in the fine print it said, like, this will get you 4 DLC packs. So since they just decided to add another one, they figured it's a good way to get some cash.
Oh, is it hemorrhaging money?
Apparently.
That's strange.
Well, with Dragon Ball FighterZ coming out,
Yeah, Xenoverse is pretty much done for.
yeah. Speaking of, that's our next bit of news here. We have 3 new characters announced: Tien, Yamcha, and Android 21.
Which one's that one?
Android 21.
Well, what does he look like?
It's a she,
I don't know what
and
that
she's
is.
a completely original character for the game.
Oh,
See, she seems to look like, because remember how last time we talked about this, we said it was kind of weird that Android 16 was getting all this attention, I guess, in the story trailer. Android 21 is a female with a wedding ring, red hair, glasses, and is supposedly really smart. What does that sound like to you?
it sounds like she's an android.
And was modeled after the late Mrs. Dr. Giro. That's what a lot of theories are right now.
Or it is her.
Or it is her with a brain.
Yeah. That's scary.
So yeah, completely new character.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah. Go on. Well, we'll leave a link to the page scan in the show notes. So if you guys want to check that out, check out the show notes, and yeah, do that in there.
Do that there, and then tell us things.
Tell us if you like it or if you don't like it. I don't mind original characters.
Whatever. It doesn't hurt the series by any means.
Yeah, I mean, Toa and Mira are completely original. There's a
love those
lot
guys.
of really weird original characters in Dragon Ball Heroes.
Yeah, that's always. I don't know too much about that. I just watch those trailers sometimes.
If you
And
want
those
to
are cool.
if you want to lose sleep at night, go and search Cell X.
Oh, is it scary?
It's terrifying. It's like I don't even want to explain it. Just go look it up.
All right.
And then after that, go pre-order the iPhone X or 10 or whatever they're calling it. I don't know. And last piece of news is more local for us. You ready for this, Mace?
Sure.
On October 14th, which is a Saturday,
Okay.
in Millennium Park in Chicago, they're hosting an event called Scream Like Goku in front of the Chicago Bean.
Oh, that's cool. They had that in DC, I think, already.
Yeah.
And that was really scary.
As of right now on Facebook, we did share this on the show page. So if you're in the area, take a look at it. Also, shout out to Jeremy for sending me this. See, we have 16,000 interested, and according to Facebook, 3.8 thousand going.
I'll do that.
I'm totally down for this. I want to get like a shirt made with the show logo on it and go. We can film some video and,
Or we'll just go.
No.
And then do other things.
Like what?
Get extremely drunk and shout at homeless people.
Why? That's so mean.
I don't know, man. It's the first thing that comes to my mind. I don't know why, but that's the way it is.
That's the way. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get a shirt with the show logo on it and scream like Goku in front of the bean.
I'm into that. I might do that. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
So October 14th at according to this 4 p.m. And let's see if this actually happens. A lot of times you see stuff like this
And it doesn't happen.
and it doesn't happen. So
That's how that works.
any of you guys around, please show up, because we don't want to be the only ones that show up, because we'll
I'll do
probably show up.
Yeah, I'll do it alone. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. I want to get into some feedback before we jump into the dub section.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. So this piece of feedback is from Greg on Facebook. Says, "Hey guys, just listened to the latest episode. Great as usual. Thank you.
Dope.
And I wanted to comment on your conversation about Goku and Vegeta wearing gloves while training. Quick aside, this is a very common thing in all of our feedback.
What?
The gloves, how we were really...
It's very upsetting
Yeah.
to me. I don't like thinking about it.
Alright, so he continues, neither of you liked that the Saiyans were wearing gloves, and I honestly hadn't thought much about it until listening to the pod. But I think I have a good explanation for why it might make sense.
Sure.
Ready?
Ready.
Goku and Vegeta went into the time chamber to train.
Time tamer.
The time tamer.
The time
The
tamer.
hypebonic lion tamer.
That's the one.
But I don't think they were there to necessarily get stronger. Getting stronger would obviously be a bonus before the tournament, but I think they were primarily there to get better as fighters. Rather than strength, they were working on their fighting technique and practicing what they learned from Whis. I think that's why they both comment on how fighting against each other, they notice weaknesses in themselves they wouldn't have otherwise seen. They've gotten way stronger. I think even Vegeta comments in a previous episode that he thinks they pretty much reached the limits of their power. So that's the best thing they can do is to fight against another amazing fighter, aka each other, to have their weak spots pointed out and try and correct them before fighting in the tournament. This is why I think they wear the gloves. You're right that when they trained together in the past, they didn't wear them, and they're certainly not afraid to go all out on each other when they have multiple years to recover from the hits. But the way I'm
sensu beans.
Yeah, but the way I'm justifying it is that that's just not what they were in the time chamber to do. Beating each other up and having to waste time recovering cuts into the time spent improving their fighting technique and building on the techniques learned from Whis. So they're wearing the gloves as a reflection of this kind of softer style of training. Interested to hear what you think of my take, and keep up the good work. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Oh, excuse me.
Hopefully
My
I
voice
didn't
is going
totally
crazy.
butcher your feedback there.
You
kinda
had
did.
a little trouble there.
This is rough. Reading's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't learned it. I haven't mastered it, if we're being honest.
I think that's spot on.
I think that's a very good point. Like you said, Vegeta did state that while they were outside right before they went in. They couldn't really get too much stronger in the sense of just sheer power. But yeah, I think, like you said, they can improve on their techniques and improve on finding the holes in their game.
Which makes sense because Vegeta did say that when they were in the chamber. Right? Well, Goku said it and Vegeta was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's more than likely the reason. And I think we both agree with you on that front. It's just very strange to see. I'm not going to say that that's what crossed my mind when it happened, because until you said something, I probably wouldn't have ever thought of that. But once it's blatantly spoken, it seems pretty obvious that would be the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, good on you. Otherwise, I never would have noticed because I'm really dumb. I can't see things that are right in front of my face.
Okay. Let me see what I have here from our pal Reggie in Hawaii. It might be spoilery, so I'm trying to find where we left off and,
Yeah, man.
Not.
So we could just talk spoilers if you want, just right now.
just do it. Just put them all out in there.
We've gone 35 episodes of being pretty good about it. I think we deserve a pass.
Yeah.
You want me to start? I'll start from the beginning.
Okay, I found something because I knew there was something in his feedback. Normally, he does a lot of spoiler stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did find something in the dub that he could do. So I'll read the first part up until the dub stuff, and then we'll stop. Okay?
Sure, man. You got it.
All right. Hey guys, just listen to the podcast twice. My thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. Allergies suck, and hopefully your kid grows out of it. I'm allergic myself to seafood, so I know the struggle, especially now that I live on an island.
That sucks. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm glad he's all right, though. Thank you so much, Reggie, for that. Really appreciate it. I know you guys get busy, and it's okay if you guys take a while to respond. We all have to adult properly.
I've never done that in my life. I'll tell you that. I try my hardest.
So he says, for the dub episode, not really that much I want to comment on, except that maybe the gloves were weighted or had a property to restrain ki for training, but yeah, they did look stupid.
And just spot on again.
Yeah.
You guys are much smarter than us.
You and Greg needed to start your own podcast or just like call into this one and we'll let you record and we'll do the editing.
A call-in would be sick.
I've been thinking about that. I think maybe with like Reggie or someone else, anybody really. to even just like do feedback via
Yeah, just
audio.
do a Skype call or something.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I'd be into that actually.
So we'll talk about that off mic and kind of figure out the logistics of that. I think that could be fun for maybe an episode or two.
Right. We need to also get on that giveaway.
I've been looking into the mugs. It's a lot that I have to do with the Photoshop file for the logo.
Sure.
So
Okay.
we'll figure that. Well, I'll talk to you about that afterwards. But
All right.
giveaway is alive and well, and yeah, we'll figure something out to be able to actually talk to you guys. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Everything else he said is pretty spoilery. Do you want his podcast sponsored now, or do you want it for the subtitled section, for the spoiler section?
I think we should do it for the spoiler.
Maybe we should do it for the spoiler.
Yeah, considering he's a pretty spoiler heavy guy.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that leaves me to,
To do a sponsor.
to a sponsor for the dub section.
Yeah, man.
Crap.
You got one, man. They're all there in the email. You just got to look through them and figure out which one you want to use this week.
Oh yeah, the the one email that has been sitting there since the 12th.
Okay.
It's a really important one. Something really big was announced on the 12th. You know what that is?
The 12th of this month?
Yes. Last Tuesday.
Sure don't.
There was an event at the Steve Jobs Theater.
Okay.
You know what was announced there?
Nope.
Really? You know, don't you? You're just screwing with me.
Never.
Today's dub section is sponsored by the iPhone 10.
Oh, the iPhone X, you mean? I don't know what an iPhone 10 is.
You know, I wish they called it the iPhone X, but they're calling it the iPhone 10.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know.
I don't even know. We have an iPhone 8.
They're getting hit with the Madden 25 curse now. Because what's going to happen when they get to the actual iPhone 10? They're just going to call it iPhone 10 again, but they're going to put the number instead of an X there.
How stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, the iPhone 10 brought to you by, hey, let's get rid of the home button and make you unlock the phone with your face every single time. Hey, we're also not going to put any on-screen buttons there. So when you want to go home, you have to swipe up from the bottom of your screen every time. That won't get annoying when you're trying to scroll through a web page.
Dude, you know what's really going to suck?
What?
If you want to open your phone in the dark, it flashes like a light in your face so it can recognize it.
Like,
it's really dumb.
I don't know if it's like, maybe it's a night vision kind of thing. Because I saw that too during the presentation or whatever, and it has the picture of the girl, and there's like a light shining on her face. I'd imagine it's just that its way of saying, hey, it still works in the dark, because it would not make any sense for them to have to shine a LED light in your face every single time you pull out your phone.
Blind people?
Seriously. So.
What a joke. Why are they making this phone? It's so dumb.
I don't know. Here's the, I'm probably going to buy it anyway.
I know you will, man.
It's either that or waiting until March for a Pixel. And by the time that I get to March, I'm just going to want to wait until November for the Pixel 3. So.
Yeah.
But you know what? Google isn't paying us right now. You know who is?
Apple. That's the one.
So we're not going to talk about the Pixel anymore. So let's go ahead and get into the dub section, sponsored by the iPhone 10. All right, and we're back for the dub section. What'd you think of this one?
Well, Goku's out. Yep.
Way to break the lead there.
I mean, we're going to get to it. It's really the only part that was interesting to me in this episode.
You know what I thought was funny?
What's that?
We complained last week because it said the combat matches are a go, which is a weird sentence in general to say. But we're like, hey, well, technically the match started at the very, very, very end of the episode.
We got through 2 of them today.
Yeah, we can't get through one of them in 23 minutes, but somehow we can get through 2 in 23 minutes in this one.
Pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah.
That's some pacing for you.
And watch
classic Dragon Ball.
What's going to happen, I guarantee it, we're going to get all through these, and then the last 2 or 3 fights is just going to take forever.
I wonder how you would know such a thing.
Don't tell them that I already know.
Don't break the illusion, huh?
Don't break
As if we haven't talked about it a million times before.
Do we really want to show them how hot dogs are made?
Yeah, I mean, it's not great.
It was a horrible
horrible
comparison.
Yeah, I mean,
I tried though. I tried. I
Yeah.
flew too close to the sun. But yeah, what did you think of this one?
it was okay. I really thinking about it. I don't like Frost's design. I think it looks kind of dumb.
Yeah,
I think his face looks stupid.
it's funny that you say that. I was actually looking
At a picture of Freeza and him side by side, and Freeza looks so much better.
Yeah.
It's like night and day.
On Reddit, I was looking at did you see it too?
No, I was on YouTube and there was a thumbnail.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of people think that Frost is just a recolor of Frieza, which he's not.
It's not. Like, his face is totally different. Actually, he's,
Pretty much
the
everything.
entire thing is different.
Yeah, even his first form, he has these boots on. Frieza was walking around barefoot, and he was wearing panties.
Yeah, he also had those like little armor things. Those little side armors, like on his thighs.
Yeah.
Those are weird.
I actually like his design. I like his first form design better than Frieza. I like his second form design better than Frieza.
That's his third form.
You know what I mean. The second one we saw. And his final form, I like Frieza's a lot better.
God, that final form looks terrible.
Yeah.
But then again,
Frieza has
you know
like
what was really terrible in this? The animation. If we could talk about that again. Oh, God.
Go ahead.
I thought we were over it, man. I thought we were not over it. I figured we'd have a little bit of a stumble every now and again. But it's just bad.
See, I didn't notice anything really bad up until Chi-Chi started talking.
All those Goku dodging the mouth bullets was was really bad.
You really didn't like that. We actually watched this one together, and you did not enjoy that at all.
It was gross. I hated it. And he was calling them loogies, too. That was disgusting. I hate that.
And you know what I noticed? When he was shooting him, it sounded like he was sneezing.
Yeah.
Achoo!
He was, man. They were just giant loogies.
Giant green chi blasts.
Chi blasts. Oh, no.
People call them chi in Japan, apparently.
Oh.
Well, some people do. It's weird.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah. They're wrong.
If you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
Okay. Yeah, anything else you want to add off the top before we recap it? I mean, there's not much to recap.
Yeah, it was just it was an episode.
Yeah. I mean, at least we got to the fighting.
Yeah, but
I mean, we spent basically the entire episode in the matches, which is awesome.
The last half was better, way better than the first half. I'll tell you that right now.
Botamo is just kind of a gimmick.
Yeah, and just as easily thrown out. Just kind of
literally.
Yeah, for some comedic relief for Goku before he starts getting a little serious. He got way too serious.
He was basically Goku's appetizer.
Goku got real serious, man. He was screaming. He was screaming at that man.
Well, he probably has PTSD.
Yeah, that's probably true. Blew up Earth.
Seriously.
And Namek.
Yeah, so the episode starts out right when the match between Goku and Botamo, the giant Winnie the Pooh looking guy, starts. And Botamo just starts jumping up and down. Kind of like I thought it was kind of like a boxer.
Yeah.
You know, getting loose.
Like Muhammad Ali, man.
He's floating like a butterfly.
Stinging like a bee.
Attempting to.
He tried his hardest.
Yeah, he's jumping up and down, and then he starts bouncing like a bouncy ball all around the arena. How he didn't just bounce out of the ring, I don't know. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, just out.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there a Mortal Kombat gimmick like that in the first movie? Dude just gets killed by somebody right away.
Oh, yeah. At the first night dinner, guy tries to fight Sub-Zero, and he's doing all these crazy like flips and stuff like that, and he tries to do a running, flying sidekick, and Sub-Zero just freezes him right off the bat.
And he bursts into a million pieces.
Yeah. Chunky, frozen gore.
They should make a new one of those.
No, they shouldn't. They should just remaster it and re-release it.
They should do a remake with a lower budget.
An even lower budget?
It's hard to do, but if you watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation, it's possible.
We should do movie casts.
I'd like to do just terrible movie casts. I can find some pretty awful movies.
We would have to do them live.
Yeah, I mean, just like a commentarium.
Yeah. Commentarium. That's what we'll call the show. The Commentarium.
Yeah, I'm into that.
All right. So anyway, we'll save that for the Commentarium podcast.
Sure.
Starting November 2020.
2020. That's a while, man.
Yeah, we're waiting until the next election.
Fair enough.
So back to the episode. He's bouncing all over the place. Goku's dodging him for the most part, but
He's looking a little sluggish.
he is. And Krillin lands a pretty decent, not Krillin, oh my god.
Krillin,
Botamo
yeah.
lands a pretty good one on him and almost knocks Goku out of the ring. Then Krillin yells at Goku to watch out because Botamo's right behind him.
He doesn't finish him off.
No, he's pulling the, what would you call that move?
The one where
Is that a Bruce Lee?
No, I'd call it the one where the supervillain is about to win, but then they just don't do the correct thing.
Yeah, instead of attacking him and getting an easy ring out, they just hold their hand out and beckon them towards him.
Yeah, so that's good. Just signed his death warrant because Goku's gonna blow him into a million pieces.
He's gonna straight up murder him. Yeah, Goku says that he ate too much meat before the tournament, to which the announcer's like, we need to stop offering free food around when Goku's here, which I didn't understand because he doesn't know who Goku is.
And wasn't it just the food and the like Chi-Chi's food?
That's what I thought, but apparently there was food beforehand because they did make concession stands, remember?
Oh, right. So he was just going around eating everything?
Apparently.
I mean,
and he needs to digest his food.
I mean, I think it was just a joke. I think we can make jokes here.
Oh. This is a very serious podcast. We're very serious people, and this is a very serious show. No jokes allowed. So, stop it.
Me?
Yeah.
Stop what?
Stop joking around.
Oh, you
get serious.
I've never once been.
Right.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, yeah, so Botamo is trying to shoot Ki Blast at Goku now out of his mouth, and they're the loogies that you were talking about.
Yep.
And you get the great scene where Goku's running around thanking him for help because he needs to digest his food. And
then after a short while of some terrible animation, he seems pretty limbered up.
Yeah. Jumps and does a flip over him and tries to shoot him with a Kamehameha, which is pretty cool. And even Beerus is like, oh, here we go, it's over. And Botamo emerges from the smoke completely unscathed by the attack.
Wonder why.
I don't know. We're about to find out, though, because Goku goes on the offensive right after that and just starts wailing on Botamo's stomach, and each punch is doing absolutely nothing. It looks like it's just vibrating his fat.
Well, it is.
It seems like it, but apparently he's transporting all the punches to pocket dimensions.
But that's just speculation because Jacko apparently has no idea, which I think is a difference, correct?
No.
Or is that? Okay,
that's legit. Yeah, because he's like, Bulma's like, is that really? Jacko's like, I don't know, probably.
All right, well, good on you, Jacko. You might know something for once.
Yeah, Goku keeps attacking. It does nothing. Even tries to sweep the leg, Johnny. Still doesn't work. And Vegeta finally yells at him, use your head. To which Goku's like, oh, right, why didn't I think of that? And headbutts him. Now, do you think he legitimately thought that headbutting him was the way to go, or do you think it was a distraction?
He's pretty stupid, but I don't know. It could go either way.
I think it was a distraction.
I think...
What do you think?
Oh, I was just going to let it go.
Oh, okay.
I was letting it go for a while. I've had that time.
We need to hit an hour and a half. Botamo headbutts him, and by Botamo, I mean Goku, headbutts Botamo. And right when Botamo tries to, laugh it off and throw a sucker punch in there, Goku grabs him by the leg and picks him up and drags him to the edge of the ring.
And then he lets him get up. And then
before that, though, Botamo's shooting more loogies at him.
Over those. He dodges them real well, though.
Yeah.
Not even looking at him.
Mm-hmm. And Champa is furious about this because he thought that Goku was the slow, dumb idiot who was at the... We'll call it the picnic. The God of Destruction picnic.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. And anyway, what happens after this?
He brings him over to the edge, and then Botamo gets up after Goku's not looking away, and he throws a big old punch at him. And then Goku grabs his arm and flings him over his shoulder and throws him out of bounds. And he's done because that guy sucks, and I was ready for him to be gone.
Match over. Winnie the Pooh's out.
Very quickly.
Yeah. And Champa flips out over this, saying that Goku's a cheater because he's using Ki Blasts, and everybody just turns on Champa. Even our Krillin is talking back to Champa.
Yeah, man. They all had a great point, and then he turned into a small child and beat on the ground saying that he hates losing.
Seriously, he fell on his back and started throwing a temper tantrum.
It's so hard to watch.
Yep.
I hate it.
Vados calms him down, saying that they still have 4 really strong guys left, so let's not worry about this and just get on to the next match. So Frost makes...
Hold on. As an aside, what's his name? Kaba is like, hey, I guess these Universe 7 Saiyans are not nearly as strong, which is hilarious.
You're in for a treat, Kaba. Don't get too cocky here. Yep. Next match starts, which being Frost, by him basically being the polar opposite of Freeza.
Yeah, he's very polite. He shakes Goku's hand, says, let's have a great fight, walks over to all the people in Universe 7, gives them a nice little pleasantry, and hopes everything can be sportsmanlike and fair.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're fighting each other. Let's just all,
get along.
Let's all get along and enjoy some time with each other after
have
the
some
tournament.
brews,
I don't think you said that, but...
No, that's implied, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it the implication?
Yeah. You don't think so?
I don't know.
I think I'm right.
I'm not an expert on implications, so...
I sure am.
Because of the implication?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the match starts, and Frost is, he's kind of nimble.
Yeah, he kind of he does this weird move where he kind of goes, or Goku goes at him, and he dodges his punch and goes over his head and hits his, takes his feet and grabs the top of his head and then spins him around and throws him into the ground. It's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, and even Goku's like, holy crap, what kind of technique was that? And Frost says, with my smaller stature going up against someone like you, I need to,
play my strengths.
Yeah, I need to have this style of fighting to keep up with you. And Goku sees right through it. He goes, why don't you just transform into your final form? So I know you're planning to transform bit by bit while testing what I can do. And
he was right.
Yeah.
I mean, how could he not be? He's Freeza.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I fought a guy like you twice, and this is exactly what he did. So why don't you just hurry up, transform into your final form, because otherwise I'm going to knock you out.
Goku's a mean guy, man.
Piccolo
is a highly racist.
We've seen your kind around here before.
He has plenty of prejudice.
Holy crap, that felt a little weird. It was funny. But I guess Piccolo.
Sometimes you gotta just be insanely racist,
Well, when you see
a green man being racist, it's okay.
No. When you see somebody who looks just like Freeza, I can't imagine you have a lot of warm and fuzzy feelings. So I kind of get it.
I mean, that's the definition of racism. If we're being honest.
Let's save this with a racism podcast, okay? Not a big fan of that, so
I don't want to start that podcast.
Let's not ever start that one.
Especially with a name called the Racism Podcast. That sounds highly inappropriate.
It is.
All right, well, let's not do that then.
Let's not. So Frost transforms into his final form, which seems to look like Frieza's third form, and Champa's surprised that he can transform. And Vegeta's pissed off because he knows he's hiding that form. I did think this was cool though, because Goku has never seen this one before.
Yeah, we got him in there.
Yeah, he's only ever seen Frieza's first and last form. So, yeah, I'll take that. I'm glad he's using the third form instead of his second form, the King Cold looking one.
I like the duck form.
I always thought it was like a xenomorph. Like an alien.
Yeah, but I think he looks like a duck with his little flat face.
With his beak.
Yeah. I like it.
Yep. Yeah, so even Goku's confused. He's like, this looks different than Frieza's.
But I'll fight you anyways.
Yeah, I'll fight you anyways. And Frost is like, anyway, before we keep going, how did I do against you in your universe? And he goes, you might be mad if you find out.
And he's like, oh, I suck then, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. So they start the fight, and it seems like they're evenly matched.
Well, he's landing some blows. So I have a theory, not a theory, I guess. I just want to throw this out there. How does that make him stack up against Frieza non-golden? Because Frieza didn't touch Goku.
What do you mean?
Base form Goku when he was not golden.
I don't know. I have no clue.
I mean, the power scaling's obviously off.
That's
but
the thing.
I mean, it has to be made interesting, and that's the case here, obviously. But it is kind of worth noting that the third form of this guy could land some decent punches on Goku in his base.
Yeah, but Goku's also still warming up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I'm just saying.
I have no clue.
I'm just saying that I'm onto something here.
You're okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's some sort of huge conspiracy theory.
Well, you're onto something, and it's Toei,
And
they're leaving subliminal messages
just for me, man.
just for you. Okay, so the referee says that this form is apparently called the assault form.
And then he tells his whole story about how he used it to liberate a bunch of planets, and he took all the orphans from the war and gave them away to slavery.
Oh my god!
Right? Is that the story?
Yes, and that's exactly why he won the Peace Prize 3 times in a row.
Everything's reversed in this world, man. Peace means chaos.
Yeah. Goku figures it out though, and at one point tells him to stop. He yells at him, "Stop
God,
hiding!"
He freaks, man. It weirds me out.
Yeah, he's like, "I know you're trying to save your strength for later matches." And Frost is like, "Well, how do you know that?" And Goku says, "Because he's doing the exact same thing." And then does his awesome transformation into a Super Saiyan.
And my thing with Sean Schemmel is it's all or nothing with them. Like, it's either super mellow or it's just insanity.
I don't mind it.
I don't love it. There's no in between whatsoever.
Sure, there is.
When?
Well, there's naive, like, la-di-da-da Goku, who, wants to warm up. And then there's just regular fighting Goku. And then there's insanity Goku.
What's regular fighting Goku? Because I don't...
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like that kind of Goku. Just a regular, I'm just fighting. But I'm not screaming at you.
But, like, that's not when he's talking. I'm saying there's no, like, when he has actual conversation, it's either very happy or straight up insanity. Very strange. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the Japanese Goku is basically always happy-go-lucky.
I like it. I think that's better.
I don't. If it was just like happy-go-lucky Sean Schemmel the whole time, I'd lose my mind.
Well, yeah, because I don't really like that much. But there's no in between, is what I'm saying. It's very strange. It's very weird when he is so happy a minute ago, and then he's just furious, screaming at this very polite man.
Yeah, PTSD, man. It does stuff.
I guess so.
So, yeah. So Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan, and Champa asked him.
Ask Janemba.
Yeah.
Since when can you guys do that?
Champa asked Kaba if Saiyans could transform, and Kaba's like, "I've never seen this. And I've never heard of this before.
I like his voice a lot.
Yeah, he's really good. The guy in the corner with the purple skin. Can I just say his name?
I thought we had it. Did they not already?
I don't know. I don't think we have.
All right, well, we'll just save it for when they get to it.
Just in case, yeah. Guy with the purple skin who kind of looks like Piccolo with that antenna opens his eyes to look at what's going on there, sees Goku, and apparently he's not impressed and goes back to sleep.
He's a sleepy guy. He's trying to rest up for his fight.
Yep. Goku tells Frost to transform into his final form, and this time Frost obliges because he's, according to him, the only reason he doesn't use the form is because he accidentally killed someone. So it seems the last time he used it,
so he sealed it away because he can't really control the power.
But he sees Goku and he's like, I think you can handle it. So Frost transforms into his full power and flies at Goku, screaming that
this is my full power, and then he throws a huge punch and Goku just catches it,
which is epic. I loved that. Just the face too. Like, yeah, no, your full power is nothing.
And then he continues to whoop him good.
Yeah. He beats the crap out of him, and Goku eventually just says, look, you're a nice guy. I don't want to beat you up so much, so why don't you just forfeit? And
he does not. He's a persistent guy. He seems to have a lot of the qualities that Goku himself has.
Yeah, he says he's got to win because he needs to get Champa's support for his world saving. For his heroics, basically. He wants to get Champa's support.
Yeah.
And he is going to throw one last punch in for all the orphans and all the people that put their faith in him. And this punch hits Goku. Goku blocks it, but right after that, he gets all woozy and starts to get dizzy. And Frost...
He's like, hey, man, this is it. And then he kicks him out of the ring.
This match is over.
And Goku's done. Like, who would have saw that coming? Not you guys, because I didn't tell you at the beginning.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you said Goku's out.
Oh, I couldn't remember that far back.
Yeah, so Goku's out, and nice cliffhanger there. How will Universe 7 prevail without one of their more powerful Saiyans? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
I could be the announcer guy.
What do you think? What do you think happened with that? Give me a little prediction.
I predict that Goku is out of the tournament.
I predict that he took a lot of drugs before, and then it really just hit him at that point.
He smoked some bath salts.
And then, he got real wasted real fast. And then, I mean, you can't do that kind of stuff before.
No, that's why they
do drug testing. If it was just one person, maybe, fight 1-on-1, and then you wait for your next match. But you gotta play your cards when you're just going straight from person to person. You don't have that buffer to sober up,
That's the problem too. They did the written exam, but they never did any drug testing. This is why we need drug testing in all sports, to avoid stuff like this.
You know what I think? Drugs should be legal in sports.
In the NFL, for sure.
Steroids in every sport.
Except soccer.
I don't care about that.
They don't need steroids in soccer. That's not going to do much for you.
Baseball. Do you want to watch a 1-0 game every day? I sure don't. I want to see 20 home runs in a game. So I'm in full support of steroid usage.
I think the idea that we had earlier was good.
What's that?
That they need to change the rules to baseball to be full contact. And to get somebody out, all you have to do is whip the ball at them and hit them with it while they're running.
That seems dangerous.
It is. Not as dangerous as steroids.
Is that true?
I mean, if you don't hit him in the head, yeah.
Do you count dangerous as making a lot of money? Because I don't. I'll take that risk.
So, what would you rate this one?
I'll give it a 5. It was just okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give it a 7.82.
I wasn't impressed.
Really?
It was just okay.
I mean, we got 2 fights. Both of them are very different.
The animation was terrible, and that messes with my head. It really takes me out of the story. I've said that 100 times. The bear sucks, just in general.
Yeah.
And Goku, I don't know, the whole Goku thing just throws me off. Him being a psychopath 1 second and then a normal person the next. It just throws me off. And then I think that's it. I don't know. There's just a few things I didn't like about the episode, and then not very many things that I do. And obviously, I don't like Frost's final form either.
Yeah, I'll give it somewhere between a 7 and an 8.
All right. Well, that's your choice.
It is my choice.
You can do
what's
what you
your high-low?
I just gave you 4 lows. So
give me a high.
I'll give you... I liked...
really didn't like this episode.
I really didn't like it much. The Kamehameha was decent when he gets behind Big Bear.
Botamo?
Yeah.
We'll call him Big Bear from now on.
Big Bear. And yeah, that was decent. I like that. Kamehamehas are always a high note for me. And that's all I got, man. Hit me with yours, because I got nothing really great to say about it.
My high was Kaba feeling all high and mighty, and then Goku putting him in his place by transforming.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, because I mean, he did. He kind of got he flew a little too close to the sun. Oh, Universe 6
to
Saiyans
the sun, Goku. Am I right?
Oh my god, Universe 6 Saiyans must be stronger than Universe 7s. I guess we're just better than they are. Nope, not even close.
How do you know? You haven't seen him fight. You haven't seen him fight?
Yeah, but we know he doesn't know what a Super Saiyan is.
I don't care. Maybe they're just strong. You don't know.
Okay.
You don't know. You ain't seen past this. Nobody has.
My low is this argument.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, my low would probably be Frost's final form. I do not like how it looks.
So dumb, right? Yeah. The face looks so stupid to me.
His voice is good, though.
The voice is great. That's not an issue to me at all.
Yeah, that is actually... Let me double check just to make sure.
It's the same guy, correct?
No, it's his brother. I'm pretty sure it's Chris Ayer's brother.
Oh.
And I would love to actually,
know that?
Credit him.
Instead of saying Chris Ayers' brother.
Yeah.
What if somebody referred to you as Mason's brother? That'd be upsetting to you.
I mean, that's what people call me anyway, so
That's strange.
whatever.
We don't run in the same circle, so that's real weird.
Yeah, in English, the voice actor is Greg Ayers, who's his older brother, I believe.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
good on you, Greg.
That's cool. He is 4 years younger than Dad.
Strange.
Yeah. Let's see. Is he the younger?
I'm 4 years younger than Dad as well.
No, never mind. Chris Ayers is the older brother. Chris Ayers is 1 year younger than Dad. He's born May 16th, 1965.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
They're
So, yeah,
brothers. One's Greg, one's Chris.
One's Greg, one's Chris, one's Freeza, one's Frost. Yeah, his design, though, would be my low, at least in the final form. It just seems very plain.
It doesn't seem like a lot of effort was put into it.
Even though there is more going on than Frieza's, for some reason his feels just more milquetoast and bland.
But, like, the thing is, it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, but Frieza's, like, I feel like a lot of the animators put a lot of time into Frieza, no matter what it is. Even though the animation was terrible in the Resurrection F arc, somehow Frieza always looked pretty okay, like better than the majority.
Except his golden form. I don't like the look of his golden form. I really don't.
I do. I think his final form is better,
Yes.
but I don't mind it by any means.
I think it's, for some reason, whenever I think of Frieza's golden form, I just think it looks weird that he's kind of wearing pants.
You know who's wearing pants?
Frost.
Frost.
Yeah.
He's wearing straight up pants.
Yes, he is. But at least he's not wearing underwear like Frieza was.
Only in his first form.
Yeah, I know. It was weird.
I mean, it's just underwear. I didn't want to be flashing everybody.
Oh, God. Oh, that picture in my head.
It's kind of like it's
Saga
just
was totally different in the director's cut.
Yeah, man. It's just kind of like a front version of the tail, the first form tail.
Except, I'm not going to go there. Yeah, so that's my high-low. I liked the episode. You didn't.
Wasn't that great?
Anything else you want to add?
I thought that it was not great. Okay. And that's it. That's all I got, man. I have nothing else to say about this episode. All right. It was here.
All right, well, are you ready to get into the spoiler section?
Sure, man. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, for those of you who are signing off with us, we appreciate you listening. Like the show on Facebook. Just search Universe 7, a Dragon Ball podcast, or Universe 7 podcast. We'll pop up. Like the show. Leave us comments. Send us messages. We respond to all that stuff. And if you have time, we'd really appreciate iTunes, Google Play, any kinds of reviews or ratings you could give us. We'd really appreciate it. So thank you for listening. We will see you guys next week to cover episode 34. Okay, you ready to get in the spoiler section?
Yeah, man.
All right. So this is our first listener sponsor, which for those of you who want to do that, feel more than free. If we get one that week, we'll use it. If we don't, we won't use it.
If we hate it, I'm not using it.
And if he hates it, I will use it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so this is our first listener sponsor. This one comes from Reggie in Hawaii. So appreciate that, Reggie. And I love this. I started cracking up when I read this. So I've read this. Mason has not, and he will be the one reading it. So Mason, who is our sponsor for the spoiler section?
Our sponsor for the spoiler section is, this week, the sub/dub section is brought to you by Coca-Cola mini cans. Go to your nearest grocery store and grab a 6-pack. When you do... I'm sorry, let me back up. When you go to the register, tell the cashier that Universe 7 sent you. Ask for a paper bag, and this is what they'll do. They will immediately open and down 2 cans, make you pay full price for all 6, regardless of any sales. But when you get home, you will find you have 8 cans in your bag. Now that's some magical shit, man. That's really good. Sorry, I butchered that for a minute. I lost my place because I can't use my eyes correctly. But that's really good, actually. I'm pumped about that. Send in some more like that. They're way better than ours.
That's great.
Way more thought process went into it.
When I read just downs to
immediately
makes you pay full price, I lost it.
It's really good.
So Reggie, thank you for that one. And let's go ahead and get into the spoiler section, sponsored by Coca-Cola mini cans. Okay, and we're back for the spoiler section. Before we get into the recap, do you want to go ahead and do the rest of our feedback?
Sure, man.
Sure. All right, we got 2 pieces of feedback here, one from Reggie and one from Manny. So let's finish with the one that we started with Reggie first. So it says, I was always under the impression that the Mafuba could only be used on people who are evil, but I'm not sure that's the case anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That used to be the case for sure. But as we've clearly seen in this episode, they've deviated away from that.
And you know what? He's right on the money here because he sent this last week.
I
have feedback from him that it was directly from the end of after the one we're about to recap, but this is what he sent us last week after our last episode.
Good call.
Yeah, good call. Do people really like the Spirit Bomb? It's a time-consuming technique that only works at the expense of your allies and has only defeated one villain so far. And if he gets this new form from absorbing the energy, I will be just as upset with you, but maybe it'll be temporary. Doubtful.
It's going to be really dumb.
I don't like the Spirit Bomb.
Personally, not the greatest.
Yeah, I like the smaller one that they use in the Saiyan Saga.
I like the Spirit Ball that Yamcha uses.
Oh, God. Yeah, I do not like the Spirit Bomb at all. It just...
It's, I don't know, like you said, it's just not practical, and we just watch Goku standing there for ages and watch Piccolo get the shit kicked out of him while it happens.
Well, that's the thing. That's exactly it, though. Is the one common thread that everybody in Dragon Ball has on the villain side is that they just stand there and let him do this.
And you know why?
Because plot?
Yep. Yeah. Reasons. That's it, man.
You know who wouldn't do it would be Android 17.
That's true, because he's not an idiot.
Exactly. Okay, he says, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that maybe Frieza wants to help Gohan by making him angry and getting him to increase his power so he can kill him himself afterwards. Yeah.
I'm iffy on that.
Yeah, I just can't see Frieza wanting to help a Saiyan.
I don't think that he's fully double-crossing Universe 7, but I don't think that's the exact reason.
Yeah. We didn't really find that out this episode. It seems like we're going to have to wait till next week to really see what's going on with that.
Yeah, for sure. Gohan seems like he's in a bit of a pickle, though, because Frieza, I'm pretty positive, is way more powerful than he is.
Right.
So that doesn't seem like a match that could be easily won. And also, that's another reason why I don't think Frieza is actually turning, because he would not go on out immediately.
Well, he needs Universe 7 to win.
Yeah, otherwise he's going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, what? That'd be so foolish. Even if you said you switched allegiances, it doesn't matter. You know, like if the second he falls out, like he's still a part of Universe 7.
Right.
And it's just dumb.
And you know, Beerus is going to Hakai him like immediately.
Yeah, he'll destroy him himself. Like one way or another, you're kind of screwed if you do that.
Okay, next piece he says is, someone did say that Jiren has power that rivaled Gods of Destruction. I think it was Toppo, but other than Goku, no one else is scared of God at their power. So I wonder if Jiren has been hiding his power, or they have that much faith in him not to try and take the power for himself. I feel like a being that powerful going around would be unnerving. So this one I did talk to him about earlier in the week. Mm-hmm. I feel like Toei really screwed themselves.
How so?
During the Zen exhibition match, it was supposed to be Jiren there instead of Toppo.
Correct.
And they changed it, I'm assuming, because they wanted to hype up Jiren.
Do you think they changed this because of the theory of what happens in this episode? The ending theory?
What do you mean?
The ending theory we've been talking about for the past 5 weeks.
The one that got blown to hell this week?
Yeah. You think that was the case or no?
No, it just doesn't make any sense to me, because I feel like they went halfway on this, because now that Toppo is there instead of Jiren, it's Toppo that's the candidate for God of Destruction, right?
Right, and that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense, because he has somebody else on his team that's leaps and bounds farther than he is.
But then again, Jiren could just say no, he didn't want to do that, like Goku.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's definitely not.
It feels like they didn't make that decision on purpose, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
they're like, oh, we need
to
get Jiren out of here. But what about the God of Destruction thing? Nobody's gonna think about that anyway.
Well,
we are.
You're wrong. They should know that by now, that every little thing gets dissected into a million small pieces.
Yeah. I don't think, though, that he's gonna stage a mutiny or anything like that. He just doesn't seem like the kind to try to take power for himself.
No, I don't think so either.
Granted, we know nothing about him.
But he has a decent presence about him.
Yeah.
Seems like an honorable enough guy. That's just my wild guess.
I think he's a little
Gray?
sinister. Jiren the Gray is gray.
Yeah.
He seems like, I don't know.
What do you mean sinister?
Not sinister. Dispo really seemed like scared that he upset him in this episode.
Well, I don't know about scared, but I think they really respect the guy. And I don't know. I think it's more respect than actual fear.
Okay.
That's just my personal take.
We'll find out. You're probably right, but he says, I'm starting to think that the Daishinkan isn't plotting at all and just seems like a shady person. We have no new insights into his so-called plot, and the writers don't really seem the type to have secret subplots without dropping hints like crazy.
Yeah, that's very true. They think we're idiots, so they would never just... I 100% agree with that.
I said to him in the thread here, that's true about the Daishinkan. It would be very Dragon Ball for all of us fans to be freaking out over his secret plot for months on end just to find out it was absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But he says, anyways, I'm already looking forward to next week's podcast, which is today. Keep up the good work. Also, how would you feel about fan-submitted sponsors? You guys were talking about writing them for each other, so why not let others do the work? Just an idea. Yeah. We obviously love the idea.
And it was really good, man.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to submit one, feel free. Even if it's just one person, we'll read that one person's every week.
Same one over and over again.
Yeah, that Coke one's going to be in the rotation for the next 6 years.
Until you guys get sick of hearing it, you better send some new ones in.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it anymore?
Send one in yourself.
Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and
pull up the synopsis.
Well, I have more from him.
Oh, sorry.
So, he says, I kind of feel like we as fans are the Xenos. It's fine as long as it's cool. Maybe that's the writers tooting their own horns after backing themselves into a corner with the rules and then bending them to back out. As far as the
everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything. Yeah, I agree.
And then he said, also, this may be an absurd theory, but I was listening to your episodes from the past couple weeks. It was one of those things where you hear something differently the second time around. What if this new form of Goku's ends up destroying his ability to use God Ki? It happens in a lot of animes where the main character forcefully exceeds their limits to get an immense power-up, but at great cost.
I agree with that, just based on what happened the first time he used Kaioken times 10.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought, too. He said it would explain the tagline that the technique of the gods ends here. It would also open up a new arc of Goku trying to regain his strength. Just a thought.
No, I think that's a really good point, because you can't just go with another grandiose arc after this. It has to kind of come back down to earth. And I think that would be a really interesting way to do it, instead of just trying to one-up at things, because there's nowhere to really go from this. Right.
I would like that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's the obvious step to take, though.
Yeah. I think the next step they're going to take is going to be the whole, they're finally going to match up with Beerus, or at least one of them is. So
I think that's... maybe.
I mean, we have to see this new form to see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he's able to just one-shot Jiren after getting this new power-up, we'll see. But, yeah, I think that would be a really cool arc to watch. I mean,
how disappointing would that be if he just one-shotted Jiren, though?
It would be really disappointing.
I would hate that.
Yeah. He said, yeah, it's hard to think of Freeza helping anyone, much less a Saiyan. He's responding to what we responded to earlier in the week. Mm-hmm. Much less a Saiyan, even less one of the Saiyans that fought him. But maybe through some sort of twisted logic, he wants to see Gohan's full power so he can crush him even then.
Yeah, sadistic-wise, it makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds very Freeza.
Yeah.
The Pride Troopers are annoying, and hopefully we'll be seeing the end of them, but I'm kind of excited to see Jiren in action.
I think Jiren's really cool. He hasn't said anything to annoy me, so...
I think the whole Pride shtick in general. Dispo had a little bit of it this episode.
Yeah, I mean, the second those two are gone, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
But I think I like Jiren a lot, because he doesn't go around just shouting about justice.
He looks like the LMAO alien, though. Drives me nuts.
That's really funny.
I wonder if he has some special abilities or if he's just generically strong. I hope he has special abilities.
Yeah, I mean that's what the common theme has been though with people from different universes.
Yeah.
The ones that stand out at least all have their unique powers, like Hit and the guy that could make the proxies of himself and energy and all that. Yeah, I think that seems to be the way they're going. So I would assume.
Okay. I really want to see more tag team action from 17 and 18. I wondered if 18 was going to work with Krillin or 17, but since the former is out, maybe we'll get one last combo before Jiren gets some. 17 has become one of my favorites since they brought him back.
17's so dope.
For sure. Yeah, and then he has here's my first try for sponsor of the week, blah, blah, blah. Really good stuff, obviously. And do you want me to read this stuff now for the episode we're about to recap?
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
Okay.
let's go for
Let's
it.
get it all done in one fell swoop here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, "Hey guys, just watched the episode. Felt crappy last night, so decided to sleep instead. I do not blame you for 1 second there. I did the exact same thing."
I'm doing that tonight.
Yep. I was frankly disappointed. Maybe we overhyped it. Maybe it would have been better if it was a full dedicated episode of that fight, but all in all, it didn't feel worth the wait. Yeah, it was a long 2 weeks just to get this.
Right.
I feel like it should have been 2 weeks, and then we see what's going on with Freeza. That would have been
Or
a little better.
Or 2 weeks and we get the fight. Like just have this just be a filler thing.
Right.
And just like frame it that way. You know what I mean? Not put a lot of hype on an episode for no reason.
And he definitely agrees with you about Jiren. He says, "I'm excited about Jiren. He was firmly planted in badass territory.
Yeah.
And this episode had the perfect amount of tease for him. They still haven't quite given up the justice thing, though. But, I mean, obviously, we just talked about that. That's more Dispo and Topo than him, though.
Right.
He said, "I fully hoped with all my heart that Goku would one-shot Ribrianne to try and get to Master Roshi.
How dope would that have
Yeah.
been? Just send that woman just flying out, man.
Would have earned this episode a guy score for that alone."
That's what I predicted, but it didn't happen, unfortunately.
I read some more episode descriptions. So Ribrianne v Goku is definitely going to drag on a little bit.
Dope. Can't wait.
He says, Frost was more annoying than sinister. He was destroying Master Roshi, and it was pretty brutal, but that acting was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate Magetta. I'm so glad that guy's gone.
Yeah.
God, what a waste of a character.
Chopo. Right. And he says that, and the Frost issues bring me to the glaring problem with this episode. How did he figure out how to reflect the Mafuba? And he did this in all caps. Seriously, I think if you escape it once, you suddenly know how to counter it. That is so irritating to me. And then Vegeta was in the bottle for 30 seconds. Breathe. Sigh. Sorry, I'm good. Next episode might be good. I hesitate to get excited, but it's a Gohan episode, so fingers crossed. Yeah. This episode gets a 5 from me because it was squandered potential. My high was Jiren, and my low, well, you can probably guess. Take care, guys. Can't wait for the podcast.
Dope. Yeah, it was definitely very disappointing because I was very hyped for this episode. I thought it was, with the title and everything, like they seem to put a lot of emphasis on it being a really good episode just based on
Revenge.
Everything. Literally everything. Yeah. It had all the characteristics to be a good episode, and they could have made it one, but it just wasn't.
Maji Kaio is cool.
No.
Yeah, he is. You don't like him?
I'm just kidding. I just disagree to disagree. That's how debates work, right?
That's how this podcast works, apparently.
Yeah, that's what, on my front at least.
All right, we do have one small piece of feedback left before we can jump in here. This is from Manny in the UK. Hey guys, just wanted to say hi. Hi, Manny.
What's up, man?
I was just wondering if you guys had heard about the Omni Spirit Bomb theory that some YouTubers figured out, and what did you think? Thanks.
We went pretty in depth on that one last week, I think.
Yeah, basically we don't like it. I'm assuming you're referring to the theory that Goku somehow uses a Spirit Bomb for his transformation, and the Omni Kings are naive and childlike enough to just give their energy willy-nilly.
Yep.
Not a fan of it. I will be furious if this happens.
It's going to be such a waste, man. And then I'm just going to be upset and not want to watch Dragon Ball anymore. And then I'm just going to continue watching it anyway.
Like, you mean like we always do?
Yep. I mean, there's always stuff that disappoints in each arc. And like, this could definitely be the one. Because like, I thought the Black arc had the makings to be perfect. And then they just kind of ruined the ending.
Really? I still don't understand that. I really loved the arc and I didn't mind the ending one bit.
It was just fast.
Yeah.
I felt like they took too long to get there, and they're like, "Oh shit, we need to speed this up." You know what I mean?
And then they just knocked it out in one big episode.
In three episodes, they went through the meat of everything.
Yeah,
and that bugged me.
I'm pumped to get there in the dub, though. Like, that's the one thing I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to that more than the Tournament of Power and anything else, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because what do we get after? What do we get after this current dub arc?
Just a transition arc, and then
we get Copy Vegeta, and after that, is it Black? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right after.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I can't wait. Okay, so ready to get in the episode?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so this one was called Revenge F, The Cunning Trap. Cunning?
It was just a trap, and it wasn't really thought of until the last second. So
I mean, he did a good job baiting him.
He sure did.
But that's kind of who he is. He's a slimy bastard.
He doesn't seem too slimy.
Yeah.
He looks pretty smooth to me.
You know what I mean.
I'd touch him.
Okay. So episode starts out with Frost hiding underneath some rocks. Shocker. And he kind of flashes back to asking Champa for forgiveness for all his evil deeds. And and when I say that, he means like if they win the tournaments,
he's absolved of all of his crimes.
Yeah, for his business.
Yeah, and then Champa tells him to F off pretty much.
But Frost promises the complete humiliation and destruction of Universe 7 in return.
You know
which
bugs me?
What?
He didn't explain anything. He's just like what if
how we would do it?
What if I just promised this? And then wouldn't his immediate question after that to Frost be, hey, remember when you just got your ass kicked by that one guy in one blow? Let me know what you're gonna do. And there's just no explanation, which is obviously
it's part of the episode.
But like, you can't tell me that this until the moment that
it's supposed to build tension.
It built tension. Not at all to me, because it seemed like he was just winging it and he had no actual plan. And he was, because he didn't know anything of what to do until the last second.
Right.
So obviously Ciampa's just an idiot.
True.
I don't know. That's my take on it.
He might be an idiot, but I loved his interior decorating. His place looked awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I liked it a lot more than Whis and Beerus's place.
Beerus likes to sleep, man. He doesn't care what he looks at.
It was cool. I really liked it. There's just one random thing I saw and I was like, ooh, this is nice.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, we jump back to the tournament and the Zenos are trying to count the remaining warriors. They don't know how to count.
This is so upsetting, man. I know what it is now. I know what that's supposed to be what they are. That's just it. But it's still so dumb.
Well, I'm totally subscribing to the theory that Reggie kind of brought up earlier that we're supposed to be the Zenos are stand-ins for the audience.
Yeah, I mean,
and they really do think we're idiots.
It's definitely a message. Yeah. Like it's not. It's just so upsetting to see, though. It's like, okay, and I guess it's kind of a message for Super in general, considering they're the all-powerful, and this is a lot of fan service, so it makes a lot of sense for them to just be a direct representation that they're like the master of the universe at this point in time. So the Daishinkan shows up and says that there are 36 left. Universe 2 has 6 warriors left. Universe 3 has 7. Universe 4 has 4, but only 2 that we can see on the TV as of right now. Universe 6 and 7 have 8, and Universe 11 has 3. So the 2 unseen warriors from Universe 4 are really freaking out the Supreme Kai after Whis says that they have some special abilities and that the 2 that aren't seen might try something at a pivotal moment, which, you know, foreshadowing. Yeah, man, I'm sure that won't happen.
Belmode, the Kai named Kai, and Margarita remark that even though they only have 3 left, they're by far the strongest, with Jiren being the most formidable opponent in the entire tournament, so they have no reason to be worried. Quality over quantity is the exact phrase they say.
And that's a very good point.
Yep. And then the nerdy Supreme Kai says he wants to
study. He wants to study Jiren.
Yeah.
He wants to study his body and his movement.
That's exactly what it actually says in this recap here. It says, it is stated by Ia, who wants to study Jiren's body further, that Maji Kaio would be the perfect warrior to do it.
Maji Kaio is going to search that body head to toe.
Yes, he is.
My gosh.
So he shows up to attack Jiren, but Dispo jumps in the way and by blasting the hell out of him. Maji Kaio shows up after the dust clears, and he's got a giant hole blown through him, and he looks horrified, like saying, like, I'm already done, essentially. Please don't hurt me. And Dispo starts to walk closer, and Jiren's like, be careful, don't let your guard down.
He's like, I'll just kick him out of here. Don't worry, man.
Yep.
Goes in for the killer kick, and it hits him right in his face hole. And then he tricks him and takes his morphing body and wraps it all around him and throws him to the ground.
It was pretty cool, actually. It was really cool.
It was really dope.
Yeah, Dispo's trapped.
This guy's crazy, man. He says he's going to cut his ears off. He
Seriously.
makes scissors, giant
Yeah,
trees.
he's like, didn't you hear him? He said, don't let your guard down. Yeah, why don't I cut them off for you? And turns his body into a giant pair of scissors. It was really creepy. Toppo is about to go intervene, and Jiren's like, no, move, I'll do this. And this makes Maji Kaio very happy because he's like, you were the one I was after in the first place. And he pumps up his fist to be gigantic and tries to just, I guess, do a hammer fist on Jiren's head, basically.
Yeah.
And Jiren just one punches the hell out of him.
Doesn't even punch him. It's just the force
crap.
of his fist.
Yeah.
It's just the wind after his fist.
Holy crap.
And he's blown into a million pieces outside of the ring.
Goku was... First off, that Kai was shocked. Maji Kaio's wrung out hasn't even been touched. And we pan to Goku, and he's scared.
Very scared.
Like, his eyes are even doing that thing that
The shakes.
they do.
He's having the little shakes.
Yeah. He was like, oh, God. Which makes me think that he doesn't know about this form yet.
No, I guarantee you he doesn't.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah, Champa and Fuwa Fuwa's I think the Supreme Kai from that universe.
Mm-hmm.
They're arguing about Jiren's power, saying that they're freaking out because, they don't have anybody who can come close to him. And they're like, wait, whoever has the highest number of warriors left wins. So all we have to do is play the numbers game. And Vados is like, speaking of, it looks like Frost is getting ready to put his plan into place to take revenge on Universe 7.
Oh, what plan was that? Can you explain to me step by step before he does it? No, you can't because he doesn't have a effing plan.
No, he doesn't. He step one though is beat the hell out of Master Roshi, which is hard to watch.
Yeah, it was brutal, man.
Yeah. Goku sees it and he's
detoured by Rebrian.
Oh, God.
And we're gonna get that.
I would have been so happy, Reggie, if he just one shot at her.
I thought it was heading that way because he was going real fast, and I thought he was just gonna obliterate that woman. Yeah. But sadly, it didn't happen.
Frost starts torturing Master Roshi essentially, and Roshi tells him that he's just hunting down weak opponents, and that pisses Frost off a little bit. And Roshi transforms into,
Steroid Roshi.
What?
I was yawning. I'm sorry. Steroid Roshi.
Steroid Roshi, and he holds his own for a minute, but Frost overpowers the crap out of him and knocks him into a giant dust cloud.
Yep. And when that dust cloud clears, well, Frost thinks he's won, and
Mafuba!
Yeah, and he hits him with evil containment wave.
I need to go back and watch the dub to find out
if that's what they say.
Yeah.
But he uses that, and he man, they're worried for him because it takes a lot out of you to do that thing. Yeah. And he's swirling him round and round and tries to put him in the bottle, and
he misses.
It's quite unfortunate, but
I mean, I can't blame him.
Yeah, Frost is shook though, man.
Yeah. Kind of like how Zamasu was after Trunks sealed him for a little bit. That's
he's
what
like,
it reminded me
man.
of. He's freaking out, and Frost notices Vegeta well, first he's like, what a handy technique.
Yes.
And then he observes Vegeta watching from a distance, not watching them, but just, watching the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess decides on a new plan. So his first one didn't go too well. Frost starts firing a bunch of death beams at Master Roshi, and then fires one at Vegeta just to piss him off, and it works.
Yeah, he smacks it.
Vegeta jumps into the fight and punches Frost into a rock wall right when
he's about to deal the killing blow on his forehead. He's going to murder him.
Was he going to kill him?
No, he knew Vegeta was going to come. That's why he shot that blast.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that was like,
what are
just
you
a straight
doing?
up trap.
Yeah, Vegito, that'd be nice. Vegeta punches Frost off of Master Roshi.
And he's like, don't get the wrong idea. That guy pisses me off.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not here to save you. That guy just pisses me off. Frost then pretends to be weak and gives a short monologue to buy enough time for Vegeta to break through the rock wall and start fighting Vegeta. And apparently he has now shoved molten rocks into his ears, making him immune to insults. Cool.
I hate that shtick, man. I'm over it.
Yeah. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with it much longer. Vegeta starts fighting both Frost and Vegeta, and they've got the one up on him. They're pushing him back.
Yeah, that's true.
And Frost is just baiting the hell out of Master Roshi by saying, you can't beat Vegeta. Vegeta even tries to use a Big Bang attack, which I think is the first time we've seen it in this series.
That's dope.
Yeah. I liked it. I loved it. I want some more of it.
Oh, all right.
The third one just came out. I don't know why.
You know why.
He's baiting the hell out of Master Roshi to saying that Vegeta can't be beat by any ordinary techniques. And he's basically just begging Master Roshi to try and use a Mafuba on him. Krillin and Tien are just like screaming at him, don't try it. And this is a cool little moment. Master Roshi says, like, this old man can give up his life. It's no big deal. This will be the last Mafuba. And throws it at Vegeta. Frost
intercepts it.
Runs right into it. And, uses a deflection and seals Vegeta inside the container because Vegeta took the bait and tried to attack Frost.
Idiot. Oh, he should have known that he could have been able to just take it and throw it at him.
Yeah. Beerus did. He knew it was a trap the moment he caught it.
Yeah.
He tried to warn him, but Vegeta,
he's a hothead.
He's a hothead. And, I wish I could overlook the insanity of him being able to just figure it out like that because it was a super cool plan.
Did you know he's a prodigy just like regular Freeza though?
Shut up.
So he can learn anything, okay?
Anything?
Yeah, except how to sense energy.
Tune in next week for Frost using the Spirit Bomb, the Kaioken, and the Final Flash.
And the energy sensing ability.
Yep. The most difficult ability to learn.
Yeah, of course.
By far. Yeah, so Frieza gets... oh my god. Frost seals Vegeta inside of the little bottle. And Roshi, he's more angry at himself that he fell for it.
Agreed.
Tries to attack Frost, and Frost just beats the crap out of him again. Roshi tries to launch a last-ditch effort blast at him.
It's like a little spirit ball.
So tiny. And Frost is like, is that the last you got, old man? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to monologue here for a minute, and, Roshi.
He's a cunning man.
Yep.
He controls it with his little finger, and he busts open the top of the little jar, and then pissed off Vegeta's coming right out, man.
As a Super Saiyan Blue.
Immediately, man. He's pissed. He's not wasting any more time with these idiots.
He blows off one of Vegeta's earplugs and calls him like a scrap heap bastard or something like that, which I feel bad for Vegeta. I do.
I hate it.
But he faints due to,
being a sensitive boy.
Yes. Vegeta kicks him off, but not before Frost throws a blast to the ground, saying that he's going to win the next match.
Yep. And we'll see.
Yep. Vegeta tells Master Roshi it's time for you to retire. And Master Roshi apologizes to Vegeta and he goes, eat a senzu bean before you die. Leave the rest to me.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. It's like, it wasn't him being a dick.
No, he kind of saved him.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it was his fault, kind of.
Yeah.
But he saved him.
He did. Master Roshi voluntarily falls off of the stage to go up to the spectator seats, and Krillin gives him a sensu bean.
And
Beerus
calls them baldies.
Yeah, we have a cool moment. The Beerus calls a bunch of baldies, and he's like, "You did very well. My opinion of you has greatly improved, Master Roshi."
I like that he called him Master Roshi.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
30 minutes till the end of the tournament, and the last shot we get is Goku getting ready to face off against Ribrianne.
Dope. Can't wait for that.
What would you rate this one?
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. I give it a 6.5 probably.
6.5. I'll give it a Universe 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's really all I got.
What's your high?
My high. I guess my high is that Jiren scene was dope, man. That was some intense stuff.
I listened to it with headphones on the first time, and the sound it made was holy crap loud.
Yeah, like that's some real power. Like
he feels like power incarnate.
Yeah, if they couldn't have chosen a better way to demonstrate his power without him just like not moving and him just somehow falling off. Like,
right.
You know how Hit was?
Yeah.
That really didn't demonstrate power. You just didn't know what was going on. With this guy, it's just like, this guy is insane strong, and I have no idea how he's gonna
tank everything and just beat the hell out of you.
Yeah. So that was probably my favorite part of the episode by a long shot.
What was your low?
My low was not really having a plan. That was so irritating to me. It was randomness thrown together.
What do you mean?
The whole thing.
Like, yeah.
His entire so-called plan was nothing. He didn't have anything. He was just waiting for an opportunity to torture an old man, and then when that didn't work, he tried to throw it off to something else.
Yeah.
That wasn't a plan. That's just improvising. That's doing exactly what everybody else in the tournament is doing.
Yeah, he's just making it up as he's going along.
That bugs me.
My high, man, my high was the interaction between Vegeta and Master Roshi at the very end of the episode.
That was cool.
It wasn't enough for Vegeta to really just be respectful, which obviously we don't really see from him with anybody other than the gods.
Everybody was very respectful towards him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just that nice send-off to Master Roshi is still going.
It's the one he deserves, man.
My low, I don't know. My low, I guess, is that we didn't get to see Goku one-shot Ribrianne.
Yeah.
Now that was brought up as a possibility, that's all I want. And I know we're not going to get it.
Nope. We're going to get a big, long fight between those two idiots.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, that's all I've got for this episode. Do we want to do any predictions on next week?
Read me the title.
Title is, give me 1 second, I'll find it. Freeza and Frost conjoin malice.
That doesn't help me. I already knew that. I thought there was something more telling, but I really don't have any predictions for it. It's
the next episode preview has Gohan punching Frieza in the face real hard, which will be fun to see.
I do believe that Frieza isn't actually turning on Universe 7 by any stretch. I think he's playing the long game in a different route where he's just trying to be the last one alive. So he's playing his cards. He's forming an alliance with Frost that I don't think is going to hold up for very long.
Yeah, he's going to show Frost how to really be ruthless and ring him out, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't totally subscribed to that theory yet, but I wouldn't mind seeing that happen.
At the end of the day, you're just a part of your universe that you came with, so you can't just switch.
Yeah.
And I think they're both going to try to do that, but Frieza's going to get there first. You know what I mean?
You mean turn on each other?
They both have that in their head, but I think Frieza will just do it first.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pumped to see Gohan fight Frieza.
Man, how upset were you to see Frieza 2.0 get the better of Vegeta again?
What do you mean? He didn't.
Kind of. You got him with that move. Like, obviously, if Roshi didn't, he was gone, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree there. I think at the end of the day, Vegeta's going to get his his sandwich.
His sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, that's a prize to pine after, I guess.
Speaking of sandwiches, you want to go eat some sandwiches?
I'm hungry, man.
Yeah. All right. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is all we got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for listening. Please like the show on Facebook. Send us some messages on there, comments. We respond to all that kind of stuff. If you want to leave us a review on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you listen to the show, we would really appreciate it. Also, leave a rating while you're there. All that kind of stuff makes us go higher on the Dragon Ball charts, which makes it easier for new fans to find the show. We will be back next week to cover episodes 34 and 108. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mason.
Have a great week. Stay safe. And until next time,
adios.
Condition red. This is not an exercise. Repeat, this is not an exercise.